Good day, everybody. Just wanted to say, obviously, a big congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. But I am going to start off this conversation by simply addressing something that I keep getting in my feeds. All the talk on the day has been straight up, is Patrick Mahomes going to be the greatest of all time? And the biggest thing that I have as an issue to that is not the amount of rings that he has won yet. It's not toward what kind of career he's going to have for each other, for himself, as well as with the Chiefs. It is the straight fact that defining who is the greatest of all time just simply becomes something that is kind of overwhelmingly just thrown out as just it could be anybody by this point in time. So I want to bring up some of the points that I've been hearing on, what Mahomes has done and other things that I want to address and why I'm even bringing up this kind of conversation in the first place. So very straightforward. I don't want to be hearing anyone be talking about it's obviously still Tom Brady as the GOAT. And I am a Patriots fan. And I love Tom Brady when he had been playing with us, getting us six, and he himself has seven. But to make the comparison to say that now Patrick Mahomes is all of a sudden going to be the greatest of all time really defines a lot of different feelings in my mind. Very straightforward to that one is how everyone still never wanted to give Tom Brady his props when it was still comparing to Joe Montana. Because no matter, even if you want to say Brady has seven, even though he went to 10, they will still give it as well, he has still lost in the Super Bowl. So when they say about Joe Montana being there four times and winning four times, that was a big definition of him being the greatest of all time. So even though Brady has more rings, they still didn't want to give him that credit. So now when we're talking about Patrick Mahomes, who now has his second, been to three, but oh wait, that's right, he did lose to Tom Brady in one of those Super Bowls. Now, am I gonna make that as a bigger deal? No. But are you gonna say now that Patrick Mahomes still has a loss in a Super Bowl? So he's not even Joe Montana worthy then by this point, because 4 for 4 is still better than 2 and 3. But at the exact same time, I don't want to just address it by that, not by the rings. You know why? Because I then kind of shifted over to one of the greatest of all time, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan being someone who had gone to the NBA Finals 6 times and won it 6 times. But we don't want to put out the comparisons to say, like, Bill Russell, who has 11 championship rings under his name. But nowhere in by definition anyone wants to say because he has 5 more rings than Michael Jordan that he is the greatest of all time. That is where my stance on this goes. What makes it no different than when Kobe Bryant was the one winning multiple championship rings with the Lakers as well? Why wouldn't he have that definition? Oh, because he did lose to the Celtics that year when the Celtics won their championship, and that's why he can't be considered as one of the greatest of all time because he has a loss in the finals, which is what it defines him as, compared to Jordan, who also had lost a lot of times during his runs just through the playoffs, including the 2 times that he got swept by the Larry Bird Boston Celtics. So, where my point on this goes is it's so weird to try and define anybody by the greatest of all time when you want to make it by comparisons of what they did during regular season versus what they do postseason versus what they do in their championship runs. So, with all that being said, I just hopefully wish to have somebody give a little bit of feedback on these kind of proclamations. What makes it that someone can actually be defined as a greatest of all time if it's not going to be by just the championship rings that they will win, have won, the amount of times that they have gone through the playoffs, maybe losing in playoffs or even losing in those championship games, and as well as just a bonus one because I only did talk about it as baseball for football and basketball. I want a baseball. Who is, by your guys' definition, the greatest of all time for baseball? I would love to hear you guys share what you have to share, and please leave any kind of comments down below so that way I can be informed by what your guys' thoughts are.